Hi, my name is Jaci Baccus. I'm 24 years old and I live in Lubbock, Texas. I'm a pink Cadillac sales director with Mary Kay. Yes, that means there's a pink Cadillac sitting in my driveway. It's kind of crazy, but it's really, really cool. So you are probably watching this video because a girlfriend sent you the link, either because they think that you would be great at what we do, or because you want a little bit more information for yourself about what it's like to be a Mary Kay consultant. So either way, no matter why you're here, I want to say thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to my story and just learn a little bit more about what it's like to be a part of the Mary Kay world. So let's get started. So I'm going to share my story and then a couple of my favorite things about Mary Kay. I started my Mary Kay business when I was 18. So I've been with Mary Kay for 5.5 years. When I started, I actually went to a facial with my mom. So I had never tried Mary Kay before or anything. We walked in, there was a pink Cadillac sitting outside, and we tried out all the products on our skin, and I immediately fell in love with the quality of the skincare. My face felt so good and smooth. At that time in my life, I was using Dove bar soap to wash my face. So my face could have been a lot healthier. I just wasn't taught at that age how to take proper care of my skin. So I tried all the products, I fell in love with everything, and I wanted to buy everything. And the woman doing my facial said, you know what, before you buy anything, I want to tell you a little bit about what it's like to be a part of Mary Kay, because I think you could take this to college with you and make a little extra cash on the side. And I was like, what? Because at that time I was working 3 jobs. I was working at Subway, wearing the visor and squirting the mayonnaise. I was babysitting 2 small children for a single father while he went to work. And I was also working at our county courthouse in the basement answering phone calls as a secretary. So none of those are glamorous. Nothing. So whenever she said that I could take this to college with me and make money by getting together with women and doing what I had just done, I was shocked, but I was also jealous because she had this. You know, the pink Cadillac outside was hers, and she was getting to be a stay-at-home mom, and she had 4 boys and all this stuff, and I was very intrigued with her lifestyle. I had never been introduced to anything like that before. And so I signed up on the spot. I bought my starter kit and I became a consultant at my very first facial, which a lot of people don't do. That's not super normal, but I just felt like I had nothing to lose. I felt like, you know what, the starter kit is $100, and the worst thing that could happen is that I get all of my stuff half price. That's the worst thing that can happen. The worst thing that could happen is that I don't like it and I just get a 50% discount on all of my own products because I'm a product junkie. Before Mary Kay, I would go to Ulta and spend bukus of money at Ulta. I'm not kidding. One time they gave me a free curling iron because I'd spent so much money. That's not okay. And so I knew that with Mary Kay, I could get the 50% discount. So that was what drew me in. And that is the reason that I signed up when I was 18 years old. And I'm so glad my mom was sitting next to me at my facial. And I was, asking questions like, should I do this? Tell me all the ins and outs. And my mom looked at me and she said, Jaci, just do it. Don't overthink it. You're going to be great. And to this day, I am so grateful that my mom was there, and I'm so grateful that she supported me and gave me the encouragement to purchase my starter kit, because if she wouldn't have, I don't know if I would be here today. So I started, 18 years old, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I had no clue what the heck I was getting myself into. I didn't even know how to do my eyebrows back then. I had no clue. And 3 weeks later, I moved to college. So I moved up here to Lubbock, Texas. I went to school at Texas Tech. And for about the first 6 months of my business, I treated it kind of like a hobby. It was fun. I was doing facials in the floor of my dorm room. Not classy, but it was fun. I was making new friends with the girls that lived in my dorm. And I was just making extra spending money. And then my second semester at college, my parents cut me off. That's a good way to say it. They cut me off and they said, Jaci, it's time for you to start making your own money. Start paying your own bills, paying your tuition, stuff like that. So whenever that happened, I was like, oh shoot, like I gotta make some money. I was running out of my savings. And so I decided at that moment, after being in Mary Kay for about 6, 7 months, to take my Mary Kay business part time. So at the beginning, I was working at kind of like a hobby, like 2 to 6 hours a week, whatever. And then part time, I bumped my hours, my party hours, whatever you want to call it, up to about 10 to 15 hours a week, just like a normal part time job. Keep in mind, I was still living in dorm rooms at the time. I was a freshman at Texas Tech University. You guys, after working my business part time for 5 months, I earned the use of my first Mary Kay car. Like, can you say shut the front door? It was crazy. Like I was 19 years old. I was a freshman at Texas Tech, and I earned a Mary Kay car. A car. It was nuts. I had been in my Mary Kay business at that point for 11 months. 11 months. So I want to ask you right now. I want to ask you, where could you be in 11 months? What do you want your life to look like in 11 months? Because it can change, and it can change drastically if you're willing to put in the effort. So that's how I started. And I did finish college. I graduated from Texas Tech with a bachelor's in agricultural communications. And I loved my degree. I just didn't have a passion for it. So after I graduated, I decided to take Mary Kay full time, and I never looked back. So I put all my eggs into one basket. 6 months after graduating from college, I earned my second free car. Did you know we can earn multiple free cars in Mary Kay? So I earned my second free one right after I graduated from college. And then I got engaged. Then I got married a little bit later, which was so exciting. And then this past year, this past June, we earned the use of our first pink Cadillac. Oh, like to earn a pink Cadillac at the age of 23, you guys, is the most amazing experience, the coolest thing. I mean, I just love it. I love it. And I love that I stuck with it while I was young, because when I started my business, I was 18. One of my biggest limiting beliefs was, I'm too young. People are not going to take me seriously. I'm too young. People are not going to take me seriously. But I decided to keep going, and I decided to try it anyways. And then 5 years later, earned the use of a pink Cadillac. A pink Cadillac. And I will get a new pink Cadillac every 2 years until I'm 65 years old. Like, what? What? It's crazy. It's crazy what this Mary Kay business has been able to give me. So that's like my journey and a quick little snippet. I want to tell you some cool things that I've been able to do with my Mary Kay business. One is vacations. Oh, vacations. So I never knew that I loved to travel until Mary Kay came around, because I never traveled until Mary Kay came around. And so I love to travel, and I've earned 3 vacations with Mary Kay. The first one was a cruise to the Bahamas. I took my husband Austin, and we used it as our 1 year wedding anniversary gift to one another. And Mary Kay paid for everything. We went to the Bahamas together, and it was absolutely beautiful. The second vacation was a trip to Mexico. I took my girlfriends on a bachelorette party on a trip to Mexico, and Mary Kay paid for us to stay there for 7 nights. We went snorkeling, we did all the fun things. And then the third vacation was what I used for our honeymoon. We went to Lake Tahoe in California, and that was a 7-night paid vacation as well. Like, how crazy! I gotta say, traveling is fun, but traveling free is even better. So the vacations are really cool. You can earn some really cool diamonds and really cool prizes in your Mary Kay business as well. I'm 100% prize motivated. I always tell my husband, I would rather work for a prize than for cash. And he says, no, you would not. Oh, but I love earning prizes. I love that. And Mary Kay, we have no sales quotas. So instead, Mary Kay just like dangles these little prizes, the diamonds and the trips and the cars and the prizes in front of us. And they say, Jaci, you don't have to do anything, but if you do, I'm going to give you this prize, and you can work for this prize. And that is one of my favorite things about Mary Kay. So I get asked that question all the time. I get asked, what is your favorite thing about what you do? And it's hard to narrow it down, but I have narrowed it down to two. So I think the number one favorite thing, and this is going to sound super cliche, but my number one favorite thing about what we do is the personal development and the woman that I have become in the process of the last 5.5 years. You guys, I am so much more confident in myself than I've ever been in my entire life. And I get to be surrounded by women who are the same. Like, imagine a life getting to be surrounded by women who are bold and courageous and faith focused and present and not degrading but supportive. Like, those are the types of women that I get to be around. And one day when I decide to have children, I will get to raise my babies in that type of environment. And to me, that makes the biggest difference, because more is caught than taught. And my babies will be like me, and they will be like the people around me. And I get to control that environment by the culture of Mary Kay. And the culture of Mary Kay is like nothing else I've ever been a part of. So that's my number one thing that I love, love, love. I love the heart of this company. I love the women that are in this company. I love the truth, and I love the goals that we are envisioning. I just love that we strive to be better, and we are not complacent, and we do not settle. Okay, my second favorite thing about my Mary Kay business is the flexibility. I have taken my business in different stages of my life, and I love that my business can be whatever I want it to be. So when I started my business, I was, a freshman in college, and I was trying to figure out how to be independent and how to be in school, but also how to make some money and how to make new friends, because now I live in a new city. Like, it was just a weird stage. And so at that time, I worked my business like a hobby, and that was perfect for me. And then once I needed to make more money, I worked more of my business. I worked 10 to 15 hours, and I could do that because my business was so flexible. So I was still a full-time student. I was still making great grades, but I was also driving a free car around campus. Like, yes, sign me up. That was so much fun, and I loved that it could be flexible for me as a college student. And then after college, I got engaged, and it was Mary Kay went with me through a season of getting engaged, and then planning our wedding, and then paying for our wedding. Me and my husband paid for about 90% of our wedding by ourselves, and we were able to pay cash for our wedding because of my Mary Kay business. And that to me is such a huge blessing. Me and my husband both are very heart set on not creating debt and not going into debt for credit cards and stuff before we decide to have a family, and starting a family debt free. As of August of 2019, me and Austin are 100% debt free. My college is paid off. His college is paid off. I don't have a car payment, and he drives a hunk of junk. So he doesn't have a car payment either. One day we'll get him a new truck, and then he'll have a car payment. But it's just the financial flexibility that has been provided to our family because of this business is a huge blessing. And I know one day I want to have kids, and I want to be a mom, and this business will go with me through that season as well, and I'm so excited for it. I love that this business can be whatever I want it to be in different seasons. So that's a snippet of what we do and who I am and how Mary Kay has changed my life, and what I pulled out of my starter kit. So I wanted to show you, probably seen this before, but this is our starter kit, and this is what we get when we decide to become consultants with Mary Kay. And I just encourage you today to try it out for yourself, because you have nothing to lose, but you have everything to gain. And you don't know what you'll pull out of your starter kit until you give it a try. For me, I've pulled out 3 free cars. I've pulled out the best friends. My maid of honor came out of my starter kit. I never would have met her if it weren't for Mary Kay. I've pulled out financial freedom. I've pulled out confidence. I've pulled out great products at a 50% discount. I mean, it's limitless. And it's all here for you if you want to give it a shot. So I encourage you to try it out for yourself and see what you think. But thanks so much for taking time to watch my story tonight. I hope that this encourages you in some way, shape, or form.